With this tutorial, we are going to start adding content to your LibGuide. So the first box that we're going to focus on our Unit 1 page is the rich text box. And for the most part, you're going to be using rich text box for basically text and images. There are two ways you can edit the content within the box. You can use the right and do add edit text. You can also just click on add edit text. And I also want to point out that notice each box that we have here on this page, there is the ability to add text to that. And what we do in this rich text box is exactly what you would do in any of the other boxes. So go ahead and click on that, and you'll notice we have something, an editor that looks very familiar to word processing. And what I like about it is when you mouse over, it will tell you what the purpose of that little icon is. So what we're going to demonstrate in this tutorial is how to add images, because the text is pretty self-explanatory, and then how to hyperlink images and text to websites. So this icon right here is inserting an image, and you're going to click to upload an image or reuse an image from your library. So I strongly recommend that you title your pictures, because you will want to perhaps go back and find them. So make sure you title them by something you can search for. So I'm going to go ahead and choose a file that I saved to my desktop. Here's a picture of the high school, and I'm going to click on open, and then you'll notice my image URL. I'm going to go ahead and insert it. So it's fairly large. I might have wanted to make it smaller, but I can grab and adjust the size a bit here, taking from the corner so it doesn't get too distorted. And I could also align it in the center, on the right. Okay, you have a little flexibility with your images. So I formatted my picture to make it a little smaller. And I've also added an attribution, because this is not an image that I own. So we are publishing online, so you need to make sure that you are either using your own work or that you have used an image that you have permission to use. And what I'm going to do is now hyperlink this image and some of the text to external websites. So by clicking on the website, you'll notice that this link box became apparent, and this is kind of a universal symbol. And we're going to add a link to the high school. So I am pasting that URL from the high school. Target, what I want to let it do is open in a new window so that my viewer can easily return back to this page, and then I'm going to insert. I also want to send my viewer back to the original image if they're so interested. So I'm going to highlight some text, and this can also be done, what we're doing here, in a Google Doc, in Outlook email, etc. So I'm going to highlight that text. I'm going to come back to the page where I found this image, and I know that I am able to use it because it is licensed under Creative Commons license, so I'm free to share as long as I give attribution. So I'm going to copy this link in the top, come back to my box that I'm working on, and again add the link and have it open in a new window. And while I'm doing that, I'm also going to italicize the title of the image. And you'll notice I have pending changes that have not been saved, so I want to go ahead, I can save changes, but I'm going to save and close and take a look at my work. And so I think I'm actually going to go in and reformat this a bit, because I want this to appear underneath the picture. So I'm going to go ahead and edit text, or I can come here and add edit text. And I'm going to add a few returns, and let's see how that looks. Alright, so I have to keep hitting a few returns, and there we go. So I'm going to now go into preview, and we'll see when I click on the image, I get a little, my mouse changes, it opens up in a new tab, the high school, and if I click on the hyperlink text, it brings me back to the picture.